Like once I became aware that I was creating my reality, I had to change my diet. I had to change the music I was listening to. I had to change my hobbies. I had to change the people that I was hanging out with. I had to change everything because you are who you hang out with.
Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Towards Light podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. It's an amazing time in life. This is a place where you can learn. You can be your best self. You can grow your consciousness, and you can feel safe. And now today, I got a special guest today. My brother, my spirit brother,
What's
Indigo
up, man?
Supreme.
Peace.
Not only just a spiritual seeker, but a coach, a leader, and a teacher. My brother.
What's up, man? Yo,
We finally made it happen, bro.
Bro, I appreciate you
We
so much,
here.
bro. Yes, we are here, man. Like you really came to Miami, you know, and now we here creating together. It's an honor to be here on your podcast, man. You know,
Bro.
And I can't stop thinking about the first time we met.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's one thing that I wanted to make sure I wanted to show to the world, is just that things happen in a crazy way, bro.
Right.
It's like the way I met him was just organic, out of nowhere, in the most random spot, bro. Like, this is why I want to speak on, the first thing I wanted to speak on was divine friendships, because it's like when you meet somebody that's on your same path and that's on in that same yoke as you, is real special. And early in my spiritual journey, I was hoping I was be able to meet people like him and connect with people like him.
Gotcha.
And I manifested that day in and day out, and it was just like the way the universe presented it was just crazy. Like I was sitting on the we was both sitting on the same, we had the same flight.
Right, same flight. Yeah.
And I was just chilling. I was actually reading the Emerald Tablets by Billy Carson.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Billy Carson.
Shout out Billy, man. Shout out
Billy the
Carson.
GOAT. But yeah, like I was reading that book and I was just chilling, and I heard him. It was like, yo, he just pointed out the chain. He was like, bro, you into that type of shit? And and bro, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then it clicked. It's like once we started talking, I started telling you about the Emerald Tablets, and we started like connecting just on what we know about spirituality and what started our journeys, bro. It was just like, it was like non-stop from there, bro. It was like, then we end up sitting by each other
On the plane.
on the plane.
We're on the plane, and we're on the plane talking about the stuff that we like to talk about on a daily basis, pretty much by ourselves.
Yeah.
So like when I came and saw you, you're right. I seen the necklace, and once I seen the necklace, I'm like, that symbolizes his level of awareness of what's going on, because nobody just wears a necklace like that. You know what I mean? So when I seen that, I'm like, I have to say something. I didn't know what to say, but I'm like, yo, I gotta say something to my bro. Bro got the locks going and stuff.
Exactly.
I have my locks going.
Early stage locks. My locks was.
Yeah, my shit. My mine was early locks too.
Yeah.
So, when I seen that, you know, we started to like talk, and yes, the Emerald Tablet book that I have as well. But I believe, like I told her, like, I didn't read the book yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta read that book as soon as possible, because all the information that Billy Carson is putting out is a game changer for everybody. You know, so.
Bro, yeah, Billy Carson introduced me to a lot of, especially ancient civilizations, bro. I think, shout out to my brother. My brother was the one who really put me onto ancient civilizations.
Really?
Yeah, he sat down with me, and he really, because I was wearing an Ankh at the time. This was my spiritual journey, honestly. I was wearing an Ankh just because I felt like it was in fashion. I was seeing people wearing it, and I was like, I was like, that look cool. Like, I think I'm gonna get that type of necklace. And he was like, do you know what that means though?
Right. Right.
And I was like, nah. He was like, look, when you're ready to know what that means, come to me, right?
Yeah.
And he ended up dropping the whole game, and then that led me to being introduced to Billy.
Right.
And Billy kind of just
took it to another.
Skyrocketed, bro. Skyrocketed my mind
Yeah.
to different planes, bro.
Opened it completely. You know, that Ankh symbols in general
Yeah.
are, you know, ways for the conscious mind to receive information. So like I said, like you wearing that necklace, I seen it and my mind went elsewhere, right?
Yeah.
So even with the Ankh, it's funny because, you know, I tell this story all the time. I almost got a cross tatted on my leg. So I have an Ankh tatted on my leg right now.
Yeah.
And I almost got the cross tatted. But my best friend and my homeboy, they like acknowledged like, why would you get a cross tatted on you? You like, you might as well just get an Ankh. I didn't know what an Ankh was. I had no idea, you know. So they end up showing me. They're like, this is the symbol of life. You know, they
eternal
got
life, bro.
Eternal life. Eternal life.
Eternal life.
Eternal life.
Exactly.
Exactly. Eternal. Yeah.
Bro, it's like life force. It's the life force energy all in that one symbol.
100%. It symbolizes so much.
Yeah.
So much in that one symbol.
Exactly, bro. Just the breakdown of like just it's like the woman part in there too of explaining how the energy flows through that. Portal. Yeah, it's powerful, bro. But that us meeting, bro, was just alignment.
Yeah, it was.
It was, bro. It was true alignment because it's like for us to meet on a plane like that, bro, and then just have that much of chemistry, bro, and just be able to it was like an instant like brotherhood form straight from that one scenario, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, and then we started talking about Vedic astrology.
We did talk about Vedic astrology that day. That's when I was really mind blown because, you know, I was coming from Costa Rica by myself. I took my first flight to Costa Rica and I came and I seen you. And that was like, and I was getting to Vedic with you. And I'm like, yo, I have not had the opportunity to talk to somebody about Vedic astrology, you know, bro. And that's something that I love to get into. And you taught me so much, bro. And that one day, you taught me so much. And I'm like, bro.
Well, how long was that flight, bro? Was it like a 3 hour? I was coming from here. I was not here, but I was coming from where
did you land? Where did we land? That's super interesting because I don't.
Was it here in Miami?
Why do I feel like we met in Georgia, bro? We met in Atlanta.
It had to be Miami. I think it was Miami, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Nah, I don't think it was Miami. It had to be like.
I feel like it was Atlanta, bro.
Either Atlanta or
going back to Memphis.
Charlotte. It was probably with Charlotte. Did you have to go through Charlotte that one time?
It was Charlotte. Yeah. But you went back. You was going back to Memphis though.
I was going back to Memphis, and you was going back to St. Louis.
Was I going to St. Louis?
You went because your mom picked you up. Remember? Was that your mom that picked you up? That?
Bro, I really don't remember. It's so crazy. It's unfortunate, you know, but it is what it is. You know, I'm just extremely grateful. You know that we actually, I'm pretty sure we talked about creating this space when we first met each other.
Bro, I'm pretty sure I told you about my podcast, bro.
Right.
I had to, bro. I've been telling people about my podcast for the last week. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm telling you, I'm starting a podcast.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I'm always going to get the job done. It's just the thing is, ain't no telling when.
Right. Divine alignment, divine timing.
Divine timing. I spoke about that on the first episode, bro.
Oh yeah.
I did. Of just how things have to make sense and things have to really come into fruition to make sense and for me to be able to get something like actually going.
That's deep.
I can say I want to get something started, but I have to really feel it.
Right.
It has to be a perfect timing. It's that Virgo moon.
It's interesting you say that. You say like it gotta make sense because that's how I am. Because I think we both have a lot of Virgo energy. Yeah. Like we do things until like, yo, this has to make sense. Like I can't even make a decision until it makes sense completely. Exactly. And that's like with everything, bro. That's like if that's getting a new job or that's like certain relationships, like whatever it is, it has to make sense for me to feel like this is in alignment. At the same time, when we are embarking on things that are new, it might not make sense and it will never be perfect. Yeah, when we're tapping into like new things, because even when I reflect on the spiritual journey, I was doing things that did not make sense to me, and I definitely used to judge myself because it was things that I never tried. Yeah, in terms of the practices, right? Yeah. So like I can remember vividly, like even like in 2020, when I can say like I kind of got on my journey, when I was practicing like meditation, like I was used to judge myself because it was so many thoughts that were in my head as I'm trying to practice this meditation. It was just judgment, like internal dialogue of me judging myself.
Yeah.
You know, even if that's yoga, same thing. You
Yeah.
know, but it's in those situations, it's not meant to make sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's meant for you to just continue to practice it. You know, and see how you feel after, like practicing, like being the observer of what you are pretty much feeling. You know, if you feel better, practice, like continue doing that to see what comes up.
Exactly. Know? Meditation is not for you to judge it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's meant for you to, like how you said, to observe.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people who struggle with meditation, you know, they always speak about how, you know, they're just thinking, you know, they can't stop thinking, right?
100%.
And it's like,
same here, dude.
It's the practice of it. It's the dedication to it. Yes, at first, if you just getting into meditation, it's going to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, it becomes easier to release those thoughts and allow those thoughts to pass through.
Right, 100%.
Yeah, so like I feel like anybody that's practicing or wanting to get into meditation, it's okay if you're not getting it right.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
And guess what? Yeah, there's no such thing as right or wrong.
Exactly.
Like, it's just like, you know, practice, you know, and also there's so many different forms of meditation. They do have, I believe I practiced the guided meditations before I started doing my own meditations with no sound.
I think I did too.
Like, I was major, like, guided meditation. And honestly, at that time, I liked to hear someone giving me something to think about. Yeah. Giving me something to create, you know. Yeah. Once you realize that, whatever you think about and you create that, that's literally how our realities is, you know. In meditation, you think about these things and you hop into that little reality, you know, or if that's a trance, whatever you want to call it, but that's the power that we have within ourselves.
Exactly.
You know? So
exactly.
Just practice.
Just practice. Just practice. It's something that you can't perfect overnight. It's a real journey. Meditation practice is a real journey, bro. And also, bro, I want to say too, I didn't get to say this at the beginning, bro, but I appreciate you for allowing me into your space, bro.
Man, I'm honored for you to be here right now,
bro.
I'm honored. I am, bro. Like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
I couldn't have imagined us being here right now doing this, you know,
bro.
And it's happening. So I'm just grateful to be here right now, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And also, this is the Miami edition, by the way. we in the yams.
Yeah, man. South Florida, man. You can't really get better than this. Granted, it's kind of been a little bit cloudy, but like, I feel like it's been perfect weather for what we're doing right now. It's not too hot, you know. It's not cold. Yeah. It's just like, just chill, you know, chill vibe. So
exactly.
I'm grateful.
Grateful, extremely grateful, honestly, because it's been an honor to connect with y'all, bro. And for us to really like connect on a deeper level, you know. Yeah. I feel like these type of connections and these type of conversations we've been having is something my soul has been yearning for you know, years, you know. Likewise. And I appreciate y'all for allowing me in and for us to have this weekend, because it's been a great time. So, you know, one of the things that I want to get into this, one of the things I was watching your YouTube video the other day, bro. One of the things that stuck with me, bro, is you said something like, if we're not learning, we're not living. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. And that stuck with me. You know, like that, I feel like that's powerful because I was just hearing your story from, you know, what you had from just your basketball journey. Yeah. And, you know, not even just your basketball journey, but also just your even you being from St. Louis, right. You know?
That's deep.
Can you give us a little like synopsis of what that journey was like, from like being from St. Louis and getting into basketball, and just that journey? Just give us a little synopsis of what led you here and the power of learning. And because I'm pretty sure you had to learn in different aspects, like basketball is a team sport, but you still also have to. It's a lot of things that you learn from being a part of a team, and I remember, you know, seeing you talk about your coaches and all of that. So like, give us a little breakdown of just like the inception, bro.
Well, that's a great question. First of all, I can tell you that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yeah.
And that's in every experience.
Yeah.
I believe Kobe Bryant was a great role model for me, and he inspired me a lot to see everything as an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
He did not go into his games with thinking about winning or losing.
Yeah.
You know, granted, he was a winner. He won championships, but he was going in that space of looking to learn from every single possession, every single game, you know, every single interaction. Like, he was just learning the entire way. So for me to understand that, I could say at a younger age, you know, high school and college, that's what I was navigating through, you know, seeing the lessons in every experience. I'm very grateful, you know, having the opportunity to come to Florida from St. Louis, because not many people from St. Louis get the opportunity to leave that area.
Exactly.
That area is very, very heavy in terms of energy. And I can say it takes a lot of courage to take that first step of leaving out of that space.
Yeah.
I believe that it's meant for everyone to leave wherever it is that they're from. You know, if you're born in a certain city, state, I think it's important for us to, you know, venture off and go to other places to really find yourself. I didn't know who I was until probably literally 2020, 2021. You know, when COVID happened, it shifted my perspective.
Yeah.
I was able to obviously like commit and give myself and surrender to a higher power.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was just in a space of, you know, always being open to receiving and learning. And I was going down different rabbit holes. My first book that I read was The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. That changed my reality. And that was prime time.
That's a banger book right there,
prime
too.
time COVID too.
Yeah.
So like when they made us go home, I believe it was like in May. You know, I was playing college basketball in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I went back home. I read that book, and that book just broadened my perspective of everything.
Yeah.
I can't go on top of my head all seven spiritual laws right now, but I definitely encourage whoever is, you know, on their journey to go and research that book and try it out if you haven't read it. But a lot of different books, you know, pretty much help me create some level of discernment in my life, and also, you know, gave me an opportunity to give myself grace on my journey. I used to judge myself a lot. Not saying I'm still a little bit hard on myself. I'm still learning to give myself grace
it's
every
a progress,
single day.
Man.
You know,
it's process.
It's
process.
Yeah, 100%. Like I had to learn to not take life so serious. You know, it's important to take action and to move with intention, but I was on my journey. I was learning to give myself grace because it was so much that I was doing, you know, and I wasn't really celebrating myself for the change and the growth, because I can't agree and say that I was learning something new every single day. You know, whether that's me reading a book, whether that's me watching a documentary, podcast, or even just connecting with somebody. I was also in the space of studying astrology and using people as, you know, mirrors of me and their energy. When I say their energy, it's like whatever zodiacs they're possessing at the moment. Granted, it's a lot of ego that has to be humbled in that space, but over time it gets things start to make sense. So I can say that it all was meant to happen the way that it happened. You know, as a Eastern astrologer now and Vedic astrologer now, like I'm still scratching the surface, but you know, like
that Vedic boy, that's real. It get deeper than deep with Vedic, man. But yeah, I feel like that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like watching your story, bro, and seeing like even in that video, bro, you was speaking about in 2020 that you had to get through anxiety. You was having anxiety, and it was you had to really get through that moment.
100%.
And you had to get out of that. Can you? What was some of the things that helped you with that anxiety when you felt that in 2020?
I can say that a lot of it, man, was directing my energy to something that could benefit me.
Yeah.
I used to ask myself, what can I do to better my life right now? Like, as a way for me being present.
Yeah.
I can say that every time I'm thinking about the future, like being too much in the future, that's how I was creating that anxiety. When I'm thinking about the past, that's when I'm thinking. That's why I can say I'm more depressed, because I'm warning on the past and wishing that I could experience something that happened that's not here.
Exactly.
But being present was the medicine. That was the key. Being present in what's in front of me right now. Whoever is in front of me right now, like if that's a soul that's right there in front of me, then it's meant for me to connect with that spirit. Bro. It's not meant for me to sit here and ignore it and be on my phone and like I'm missing out on a lot of opportunities. I could just say that for me, and healing from anxiety was literally me just directing my energy. I've always had a lot of energy, and I just needed to direct it somewhere. Yeah. So I can say that, and I'm still practicing it to this day.
Still practicing, yeah.
It's because sometimes with work, work will have you thinking that, you have to do something. Yeah. Understand that, hey, that shit gonna get done. Yeah. Regardless of whenever you do it. Yeah. So it's imperative that we stay present with what's in front of us. Definitely have checklists of what you want to do, and move with intention, but at the same time, be present, like with whoever's in front of you and whatever you're doing, because it will make life a lot easier for you to attract what it is that you want in your life.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. You said one of my favorite quotes, bro. It's the if you thinking about the future, that's anxiety, right? And what you said, like if you too big on the past, that that can cause depression. 100%. Present is where you need to be. 1,000%. And it's crazy that I think Deepak Chopra said this one time. He was like, "Shout out to you suffering." Shout out to Deepak Chopra, man. That's one of the guys that really I really learned a lot of wisdom from him as well. I have a lot of his books. That's Spiritual Laws of Success right there.
7 spiritual laws, yeah.
7 spiritual laws of success. He spoke on, it's just like all of that is dreamy stuff. Everything that you thinking about in your mind is dreamy. Yeah. Because it's not here.
It's not present. It's not right here in front of you.
It's not now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you causing suffering for yourself from something that's just imagination. Yeah. Your past is no longer like your future is not even here. It's like you can't dwell on those things. And even though that's a process in itself to kind of get yourself out of that, I think it's like how you even said it's about just I would say just sitting in the present and embracing the present. But also it's good to embrace those feelings. Don't try to resist it. Embrace it. Sit with it. Allow it to come in and allow it to flow out, because we are emotional. We are emotional beings. We have several different emotions, and you have to allow them to come in, but you can't allow them to stay.
100%. Don't sit in it. Don't hold some level of attachment to the emotion. It's definitely meant for us to flow through these feelings and emotions and let them go. I believe it's the gratitude. Gratitude of that present moment. Yeah. That's probably the most important thing that I had to really embody, throughout the journey, was finding the little things to be grateful for. Yeah. Because we have so much, and there is people in realities that are experiencing very challenging experiences.
They are.
And they have probably one little thing that can bring gratitude to their life that has their energy in heaven. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of people travel the world and they try to figure out how is this person so happy when they don't have anything.
Yeah.
That's because they have that one little thing that can have their mind in heaven, and that's just the gratitude. They're grateful for that one thing, whether that's their mom being alive, whether that's them having, you know, that one meal that is, you know, whatever it is. It's like we have to practice gratitude for the little things. If that's me having 10
Bro.
toes, I'm grateful for my 10 toes right now, and that's
Exactly.
gonna have me energetically,
Exactly.
you know, in my heart space, you know, and connected with source, you know.
Oh my bro.
So
Gratitude is
yeah, it's everything.
bro. Gratitude is. I watched like. Have you seen like the Tanzanian tribe, bro?
It sounds extremely familiar,
Bro.
Tanzania. Where they at?
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Yeah, they're the Tanzanian people, bro.
Okay.
And they like one of the small. I don't know how they're doing now, but when I was watching it, they was one of the last few like original tribes left, like hunter gatherers, stuff like that. And looking at those things, man, they was just so happy to get food. Like that was the best. That was the highlight of their day.
Wow.
Was that they found food to eat.
Right.
And it was a celebration because of that.
I believe it.
And kind of like looking at that from that perspective, it's just that gratitude for, like how you said, for the little things. It's some people that's just happy that they're able to eat today.
Yes, bro.
happy to survive today.
Yeah,
you know, it's a
man.
lot of harsh and horrible things going on in the world.
Right.
And sometimes we take those small things for granted. And I think we really kind of stress out over surface things where end all be all, that's not going to matter.
Yeah, it's not going with you when you leave. It's not going with you.
Like the real things that matter are the people that's there that love you.
That part.
Your breath.
That too. That's the number one. Yeah.
Your mind. You able to do things. You able to live life and be able to go outside, feel the sun. Because a lot of people don't experience that, you know? And I feel like the more you have gratitude, the more you expand your life, honestly.
Yeah. The more gratitude you have, it's almost like you'll have the ability to create space too. Like you appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
You will be able to attract more.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, it's our community that we should really practice giving appreciation and gratitude to, you know, and honoring those people in our life. You know, because like the Tanzanian people, I'm pretty sure like when they aren't eating, they are giving appreciation and gratitude for their people and their community, and that's most likely keeping that frequency high. You know, they also, like, as a collective, they all have something to look forward to. Yeah. So it's easy to have a celebration. Yeah. Because y'all all really appreciating and honor each other, you know, and gratitude for each other, you know, and that's how it was in ancient times. You know, like, we really used to honor each other. Yeah. We used to take care of each other. We used to help each other out naturally. And, you know, I don't want to speak on the negative, you know, in terms of, like, the reality that we're living in now. There's so much separation with, you know, our families because of these programs that are out. Yeah. These programs have us naturally, like, disconnecting from my families, but I understand that, you know, if you're a star seed, or you're someone that's here to be of service to the collective, and you're in a situation where your family is just not lifting you up in a certain space of, like, you know, you're trying to help them out and they're just not matching the frequency, the energy, and you just, you know, I guess you're trying your best, but they're not matching that, you know, then I understand you might have to separate yourself. But if they're trying to be better, trying to be better every single day, then, like, it's meant for us to, like, be there for our people. Yeah, you know, exactly. Like, people have the ability to change their realities, but they have to really want it. Yeah. You know, and then this information is out here for everybody. Yeah. You know. So, but gratitude, appreciation, acknowledgement, it go a long way. Just acknowledging those little things can can change everything.
Yeah, I think even that the gratitude brings more things to be gratitude to have that gratitude for. Because it's like that's the way of the universe. It's like,
Right.
you know, once it knows that you gratitude and you operating in the frequency of gratitude, it's going to give you more.
100%.
It's going to show you more things to be gratitude for. You know, the universe responds to just your state of mind and your way of seeing things.
100%.
And it shows you that.
100%.
Your mind is literally, your inner world is your outer world. Pretty much. Everything is in here. And what you see on the outside is just a reflection of what's on the inside.
That's subconscious.
Exactly. So it's like if you're gratitude, if you're feeling gratitude, if you're feeling that love, it's going to show you love. It's just like what I told you about yesterday. I love saying this because it's what stayed in my mind and I watched. It's like the universal answer is yes.
Ooh.
The universal answer is yes, bro. And what he was saying was, he was like, what you believe to be true, the universe will respond and say yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you believe that your life is terrible, you believe that things are happening to you and you will never be lucky and all of this bad stuff is happening to you, the universe will respond and say yes.
I agree with you.
It is. And it will show you more of these things that you're having in your conscious. But see, that's the thing of paradigm shift. Shout out to who put me on a paradigm shift. I'm sorry, I cannot remember your name. He passed like 2 years ago. Gosh, man. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be mad because I'm gonna remember this once we stop recording, bro.
So many people that have transcended as the past couple of years,
bro.
There's so many people.
Yeah, so many people that has definitely, you know,
they did their part. They
did their part.
You know, they shared information. They left it for, you know, for us to share that information now. You know?
Yeah.
So, and like you said, our subconscious mind, I'm pretty like 90% of it is what we are seeing right now.
Yeah.
Like, we manifested everything first through a thought.
Yeah, and it's really what you have in your subconscious is what shows up. Because the conscious and subconscious, the subconscious, that's why it's so powerful, because if you can really trick your subconscious to believing that whatever you focusing on is real. Right. Because that's the part of like manifestation when you meditating on something and you visualization. Yeah. When you visualizing things, your subconscious don't know the difference between what's real and what's not.
It's like almost whatever you're emotionally giving energy to, because you got to direct that energy somewhere. But if you're going to direct it to something emotionally, you are literally manifesting that in your physical reality. Exactly.
So it's powerful. The power in the mind is something else, man.
It's
like I said,
a superpower. To be honest, it's a superpower. It's a real life superpower.
Go ahead.
You can experience whatever it is that you want.
Exactly.
There's no limit to that.
Man.
There's no limit. So.
Because it's like we are the co-creators of this existence, bro. Like, when did that register for you? Like, do you remember the time when that feeling like registered with you on your journey of like, yo, like, I'm creating this. Like, this is part of my creation. Everything that is coming into my life, I am a part creator of it. Yeah. Do you have like a epiphany moment to where it just everything hit you and was like, oh, or is it anything that brought you to that?
I'm gonna say that in 2021, 2022, I believe that's when it hit for me. Yeah. But I believe it was after I had a real conversation with myself. I was on my spiritual journey. I went to Hawaii. Okay.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Hawaii.
I believe it's like the heart chakra of like the planet. When I went to Hawaii, I went with the intention to do inner work, to heal. Everything, like, I was meditating like 3 a.m. every day, you know, because that's like, they call it witch hours, you know, because what is it like? It's just the energy so thin in terms of like receiving information.
Yeah.
During that time, so they call it the veil. The veil was very thin.
Yeah.
I would meditate during that time. I would rise and also meditate with the sun.
Yeah.
The main thing that was coming up was that I have to stop. I have to be honest with myself, and I have to stop lying to myself. I was lying to myself with a lot of different things, but I was also in a relationship during that time. I was dating someone. I had to be completely honest with that person just as much as I was being honest with myself.
Yeah.
It was like a roadblock in my spiritual journey. I could not pass that without being honest with myself in that space. It's like, yo, when you're dating someone, you're pretty much in a union with them. You know, your energies are one.
True.
So
very true.
If I'm lying to myself, you know, and lying to her, it's blockages. There's energy blockages. You can't receive information. Like, you're not going to be able, like, people could watch this right now and it could be so much information being given out.
Yeah.
But if they are lying to themselves about something, it's going to be hard to receive the information because it's an energy blockage. Exactly. I can say after that, like, I was able to get a lot of stuff off my chest, you know, express myself, speak my truth. I believe during that time, that's when I became aware that, yo, I'm really creating my reality. I'm attracting every single person in my reality. I'm creating every experience in my reality. Like, there's nothing that I have not created. There's nothing that I have not manifested. Nothing at all. Regardless of how challenging that experience is.
Exactly.
You know, and the thing is about this reality is that nothing's supposed to be easy. Like, there's no such thing as an easy, like, granted, it can be, you could thrive.
Exactly.
But thriving is all about your perspective of what it is you're experiencing.
Wow.
Because some people go about life saying that they are surviving. So if you tell yourself that you're surviving, then you're going to be surviving. If you tell yourself that you're thriving and that this shit is easy, this shit going to be easy and you're going to be thriving. And I had to realize that. And I had to obviously also do a lot of affirmations and speak life over myself and into myself. Like a lot of once I became aware that I was creating my reality, I had to change my diet. I had to change the music I was listening to. I had to change my hobbies. I had to change the people that I was hanging out with. I had to change everything because you are who you hang out with, you know. And being a college athlete, you know, it's so many distractions on the college campuses. It's an infinite amount of distractions, you know. And I can say that, you know, being an athlete, especially with basketball, it's a lot of ego-driven energy that's around. So I had to also separate myself from the game for a little bit and then come back to it. You know, I realized how much love I have for the game and how much of an art the game is and how much you can actually learn about life with that game. Within the game. So I ended up coming back to basketball, but I had to walk away from it because I had to, like, shatter an aspect of my ego in that space. I had to. You know, once you go on a journey, you're gonna have ego deaths probably every single day as you continue to learn.
Exactly. You know? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. It's an infinite healing journey.
Infinite, nonstop. It
It
doesn't stop. If you felt like you done reached your destination right now,
you're scratching the surface, bro.
You're nowhere near. You're nowhere near close. Man, that's beautiful, man. I think I feel like everybody who goes on a spiritual journey, they reach a point to where it's like it's dark. You know what I'm saying? Because
you said dark?
It's dark because
it was.
It's like the shadow working phase, right?
Yeah. You have to go through that.
And not only just the shadow working phase, but that stage to where it's like, okay, how do I react to the world with all this knowledge and wisdom? So that part be tough because I would say for me, you know, I don't know if you had this feeling, but I was like, bro, should I even work? Why am I even working, bro? Why do I even have to work?
Yes.
Like, you'll go through a phase where it's like, what's the reason? What's the point of this if all of this is an illusion, right? all of this is our creation. It's a
Where we live at right now, it's meant for us to, balance out the human experience with, doing some work, and you can make money in an infinite amount of ways, but this currency is, something that we kind of have to use, to take care of ourselves and take care of our family. It's a balance. It's pretty much a balance.
Yeah, I think it's just that when you start to have these just mind-blowing findings and you start to have all of these revelations, right?
Right.
It's hard to just at first to kind of react in the world the same. Like in my journey, it was just like, man, like, who can I talk to? I can't talk to nobody. Will anybody understand me?
Yeah.
You'll start feeling like you're crazy a little bit because you'll realize of how many people around you is not on that same journey as you.
Right.
So like you don't even know how to react in the world of just in a sense of who can you be around, your friends, who will accept you. How can I maneuver? Because when you get on your journey and you have your awakening, you want to tell everybody, right? Yeah. You have that initiate feeling of wanting to express what you've learned and the wisdom that you're learning. And like,
went through that.
I know I wanted to tell everybody like, yo, like, because I'm looking in the sense of trying to help. I was trying to like, at first trying to awaken everybody else around me. It's like trying to get them to know just the truth.
Right.
Well, my truth that I was learning. And I think a lot of people go through that because it's just, it's like I said, it's like you want people to know and you are kind of just don't know how to move no more. And in my journey, I felt like I went through a phase of where I felt like I didn't want to work, right? And then I had to realize, shout out to Billy Carson again. It wasn't just Billy Carson, but it was somebody else.
Big Billy, man.
I think it was Aaron Doughty. Shout out to Aaron Doughty. Okay. I've been watching Aaron Doughty for a minute. He was one of the first people on the manifestation tip on YouTube about just law of attraction. Shout out to Aaron Doughty, but I think he spoke on something on his podcast of like abundance and how it's like, I think he brought the awareness, him and Billy, because Billy even got a thing, woke don't mean broke.
Yeah, I see.
Right?
Yeah.
I had to learn that, and I was just like hearing both of them talking about just how important still, we a part of this. This is a part of the system. Like you want to have, yes, it's amazing that you're on your spiritual journey, but you don't want to be on your spiritual journey and struggling.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be on your journey and it's just a hard time. Yeah. Shout out to Infinite Waters too on YouTube. He always talk about abundance is our birthright.
Abundance is our birthright, Ashe. You're right. I can tell you that, like you just said earlier, when I got on my journey and I was in the world of seeing it for what it was, I naturally I was projecting that on people because I was in the space of healing myself and navigating towards what's truth and what's not. So I was like trying to project that on everybody. Yeah. It's important for us to know that you're on your journey and everybody else is on your journey. Yeah. And they are just mirrors of you. Yeah. As you continue to dive deep into what your truth is and finding out what it is that spirit wants you to know, you'll start to know that I don't need to project or share certain information if they're not open to receive it. Yeah. I'll tell you that people will come to you. Like I said, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear. The master will appear. Yeah. So I believe it's very important for us to stay consistent with what we're doing on our journey, and as you go on, alignment will start to show up, and you'll meet people that are on that same journey as you, the same frequency. Exactly. So in terms of the working, as you continue to do that, more opportunities will come up for you to do what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
We're all different manifestors. You know?
Exactly.
So it's just speaking to your cells, your body and your reality for you to create what it is that you want to create.
Yeah.
What you want to experience.
Yeah.
The jobs that I've done, I've manifested every single job that I did.
Wow.
Whether that's me picking up trash from people apartment complexes.
Yeah.
Because I manifested that. I manifested me doing valet. I was valeting cars. Also,
Wow.
Like everything, bro. There's nothing that I haven't done. Like I've been a maintenance guy where I'm picking up trash off the ground. I've done everything.
Yeah.
And like I said, as you continue to realize that, you are the creator of your reality, you get to do whatever you want. I strongly suggest people to have a journal, to write out what it is that you want, and to do some, I believe it's called 369 affirmations.
Yeah.
I've had a close friend of mine share, write down 3 words that you want to focus on, and then write I am, whatever that affirmation is 6 times, and then I feel 9 times, all in one setting. So that's just one way to use these universal numbers of the 3, 6, and 9 to create or experience whatever it is that you really want to experience.
Exactly.
Let your cells that are alive feel and hear what you're saying.
And that's from Nikola Tesla, right? Is that part from the 369 method?
I believe so.
369, man. It's power in the 3 and the 6 and the 9.
Mm-hmm.
Nikola Tesla was different too, because they said he used to do that. Like everything he did was in that method. Like he would, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but he would like literally he would literally spin around, like drive around his house 3 times. He would do all of that in that 369 method. He did not play about that.
Wow.
Which is so interesting.
Yeah. Just creating portals, it sounds like to me. Like
Exactly.
I'm all about every breath that we take, you breathe out and you think about something, you're creating that reality. I believe that every single breath that we take, we're giving ourselves the opportunity to go through this portal.
Exactly.
That's why meditation is so important. That's why, really honing in on, healing can help you create space for whatever it is that you want. Definitely suggest people to practice some yoga, for that energy to flow throughout the entire body, like not just in your stomach, your nervous system. Like when you do yoga, you're connecting with every part of the body, which is the church.
Yeah.
Like your lower, your feet, being so sacred.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is a energy center meant for you to receive information. Like we're meant to be walking barefoot on the ground in the grass for us to not only receive healing, but for us to receive information.
It's also very healthy for you to touch grass.
Yeah, 1000%.
It's definitely a lot of healthy benefits that come with putting your feet in that soil.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think you hitting it right on the head, bro. There's a lot of methods that I feel like that people should do.
Yeah.
And my number one thing is meditation, breath work. It's a lot. Get you some good books.
Yeah.
Yoga.
Yeah.
Man.
How would you suggest people to go about, like, I guess doing some yoga if they couldn't, do it if they didn't have any guidance, I guess how would you suggest they go about that?
That's interesting.
Because I mean, there's communities out there, but at the same time, the fact that we have a house, you got something, you can be outside, but I believe that you got spaces like YouTube where you got teachers that
for sure
are putting that information out there. I actually I'm a teacher. I teach geography and U.S. history right
Shout
now.
out to all the teachers. Shout out to all the teachers. Y'all are important.
Yeah, man. I use the opportunity to share information, but I tell them, hey, YouTube University. You know,
Bro.
that's where you gotta use that to help you learn. If you don't know something, you know, there's somebody that has already experienced it.
Bro,
somebody already doing it.
When I tell you YouTube is like my best friend, I mean that. Like, bro,
it's the best social media app.
When I on my spiritual journey, when I felt like I didn't have nobody, bro, I had YouTube.
Same.
I had people experiences to listen to that made me feel comfortable in my journey. I had just masters of what they do in the spiritual lane speak, and I was watching their lectures. You know, I have a list of them. Shout out to Ram Dass. Shout out to Alan Watts. Billy Carson.
Yeah.
Deepak Chopra. Sadhguru. Shout out to Jay Shetty, man. Jay Shetty.
There's so many people.
It's several people.
So many people, man. So many ascendant masters, if you ask me.
Bro.
You know, like these guys, I'm not going to say that, you know, you can, just because I'm going to assume that they all went through challenging times. As just like, there's nobody in this reality that did not get hit with some challenges.
No, this earth,
So like,
it's impossible not to.
It's like, it's just meant for us to do the things that work.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't work, okay, try something else that could possibly work. And if that works, be consistent with that.
Yeah.
I get that. These are things, analogies I bring up in terms of like coaching basketball. You know, like stay consistent with what works, you know, what makes you feel good.
Exactly.
You know, and really finding out what makes you happy.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's hobbies are going to be different. You know, we get into Vedic Astrology, like, there's nobody chart in this universe that has the same chart as you. So don't expect for people to salute for you to,
for sure,
you know, do the things that you do.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's unique in their own.
Bro, everybody is very unique, and it's a beautiful uniqueness.
Beautiful thing to see that, to experience that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like every person in my reality is different.
Exactly.
You know, and they bring something else. They help me create a space that I have not created.
Yeah.
Everybody energy is different.
Exactly.
You know.
Bro, I do want to say something that I forgot to mention. I want to say that, like, then I have something else I want to get into, but like, if you're on your spiritual journey, you feel like nobody understands you or nobody's on your journey right now, you have to be comfortable with allowing people to be on their separate journeys. It's so easy for you to want your best friend for 20 years to think the same way that you do, right? When you start having your awakening, you want that person close to be like, hey, bro, like, you start being like, look, that. And they might just not grasp the concept that you're talking about.
Man.
Even in your family members, you know, you have to let them be on it's beauty in allowing people to walk their journeys and allowing them to live in that. Don't try to force nobody to believe what you believe and force your perspectives on somebody. Allow them to be who they are. And like how you said earlier, allow the people that resonate with where you're going into your life. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like I started off with that, and I started off with reacting to life like that, trying to, I would say I was a little bit forceful. I was at the beginning of my journey, I was being just because I was just trying to get people to see my perception of life. But now I reached the point to where it's just like, hey, like if you're not on a journey, it's like I'm not gonna force you. You know, I sent you all the love in the world. You know, we might not be able to resonate now, but maybe in another lifetime, maybe, you know.
Yeah. And that love is always there.
And that love is unconditional love.
100%. That's exactly what I wanted to acknowledge. Like when you give them like you give them space as much as you are like loving them from a distance, that is unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
You know, and it's extremely important because even our best friends, you have to be able to love them unconditionally with no attachments, with no judgments, like, and appreciate them for who they are. Like no judgments. Like
and not try to make them into anything.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true love, bro.
Yeah.
When you can love somebody for exactly who they are,
100%.
and respect where they are on their journey.
On their journey.
That is true unconditional love right there.
100%.
Like with my family, they are living in different realities than I am. You know, with just their perspectives on life. You know, it's completely different. But I still love them.
Yeah.
To the fullest. With my whole soul, I love them. You know.
Sure.
And it was just a part of the growth of you know, they just if they're not on the same path now, you know, you never know when. You just have to allow people to walk that. 100%. You know, we all on this journey. It's about being unconditional, showing that unconditional love and appreciating the people that you come across, right?
Yeah, 1,000. I can say that you came in this world alone, and you're gonna leave this world alone. We're all gonna end up in the same place, regardless.
In the light.
Yeah.
Back to the light.
Walk into the light, man. I literally there's no one that is separate from the experience. No one is separate from each step, because you can't skip steps.
Exactly.
You know, and we're all going to end up, you know, going down similar paths, but, you know, all finding a way to be pure, you know, the way that we were when we came out the womb. Yeah. So however we end up leaving, we're gonna end up, you know, letting go of these attachments, letting go of these aspects of who we think we are, you know.
Exactly.
Because we're just pure light.
Exactly.
Pure light. We're unconditional love, you know. In reality, your higher self does not have expectations, and it does not judge. It does not assume things. You know, your higher self is always doing the best that it can too.
Yep.
You know.
And shout out to Ram Dass, because I didn't mention this on my first podcast, but I want to say that one of his quotes is one of my all-time favorites is that we all walking each other home. All right?
I say.
You know? And that's what's so important about my podcast when I speak on the Walking Towards Light podcast, is because we all on this journey.
I say.
And when all of this is over, even if it's eons and eons of years from now, it's like we all a part of this journey of getting back to that pure awareness, that pure consciousness. So it's like we're all on this journey. We all are the same.
We all are the same.
Right? We all are one consciousness.
Yes.
Experiencing each other.
Yeah.
Learning from each other. Collecting data. Eventually, until it's time for us to all go back. Like we had that conversation yesterday, bro. And that's why when we speak of unconditional love, when you think of the ascended masters like Jesus, like Buddha, like Thoth. Come on, bro. You can't forget about Thoth, man.
It's so many of these deities. I brought up Apollo. I didn't know who Apollo was. But it's so many of these deities that were just leading by example.
By example.
They were just leading by example. They went through challenges of being able to go within themselves to face these shadows. Because these are aspects of ourself. Every single aspect that I experience that's a shadow, like I'm just thinking about myself in meditation right now.
Yeah.
You know, like these thoughts that come up, they're meant for me to, you know, watch them go right by.
Yeah.
Just observe them, these shadows, and let them flow. And have me understand that, that experience was a temporary experience, and it taught me something. And now I know what it is that I resonate with and what I don't.
Yeah.
That's just creating that level of discernment of who it is that I want to be and who it is that I truly am. You know? And like all of these experiences from the past are these traumas that can bring up these shadow aspects. But when we have the ability to sit with it, you know, observe it and let it go, you know, it can only help us feel lighter. You know?
Exactly. I think like how you said, is just that these masters, they perfected that.
They did.
And they had a certain amount. They had a mission, and they had that unconditional love inside of them for everything and everyone. And that's the thing. And I feel like those are levels that we can reach as a humanity.
Right.
You know, I feel like that is the end all and be all of us. You know, we got to keep expanding its consciousness, get back into that golden era of our true power, you know. And they knew that. They know how to operate within that. Shout out to Krishna too. We got to talk about just the Hindu gods too, man. Like everything is a kind of like there's a pattern in each ascended master. And it's the same pattern.
It's the same.
Of just that ultimate consciousness. You know, have you heard of Christ consciousness?
Of course. Yeah, Christ consciousness, yeah. You know, knowing that everyone is a mirror of you, you know, and we're all striving to reach that level of unity, consciousness. You know, Christ consciousness, you know, I think that Christ consciousness is the true way of life, the way of, you know, literally sharing what you have, you know, if that's grace, if that's, you know, wisdom and knowledge, and holding space for others, you know, because that's something that the Rising Ascended Masters did a great job at.
Bro.
Was really giving others grace and,
oh my gosh,
you know,
bro,
holding space for them.
Exactly.
So,
and it's power in that. It's true power. I mean, look at the effects. Look at the effects that Yeshua left. You know, we speak on Jesus, but I love to say Yeshua because Yeshua was, I feel like, was his name before Jesus, because back in that time, J wasn't a word. So I love to refer him as Yeshua. But like I said, them people was very impactful because of just yeah, but they was very impactful for their healing capabilities, and honestly, and I was speaking on impact. Just look at the things that they was able to they game changed humanity.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at what formed around Yeshua once he transcended to higher realms. You know, like the effects is still here. Now the things that was built around that man was different.
Right.
But he had a mission, he had a purpose to heal and to bring that higher unconditional love to humanity. I feel like he was a part of that shift. I feel like every ascended master was a part of that shift.
Right.
And we as a collective can continue to be a part of that shift. We have to just focus on love. It's just like that movie that we watched
last night.
Night was just,
if you are interested in a spiritual movie and you feel like you've been on a journey, I believe that it will be a lot easier for you to grasp and understand. It's called The Law of the Sun. It's a spiritual movie. It's on YouTube. I'll definitely say check it out. If you know, it's a 1.5 hour movie. Man,
we was up till 2 a.m. 2 a.m. watching that.
Yeah. Tired
as ever, but just glued.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It was definitely like, it had my attention from the moment you press play. We actually I want to watch it from the actual beginning.
You got to.
I want to start
it's beautiful.
From the beginning.
It's a beautiful movie.
But yeah, let's get into this, and then we can probably wrap up the show. I want to ask. I love asking people this, bro. Right now in life, do you feel like you know your ultimate purpose here? Being here, do you feel like you've grasped that purpose on your journey on Earth? I be saying Earth with an F on Earth.
That's a great question. Yes. Because the quest for truth is something that I figured out that's what it's meant for me to do. Quest for truth and me share that truth.
Yeah.
I believe that is my purpose. My purpose is to continue to go within, continue to share my experiences,
Yeah.
share the wisdom, the knowledge,
Yeah.
because that's what all pretty much everyone is naturally doing. Granted, it's levels to how much truth people
Yeah.
want to receive. Some people are not ready for all of the truth yet,
Yeah.
but it's necessary to have truth out.
Yeah.
And I can say that for me and what I've been doing, I've just observing myself and my reality and everything that I've done this far. I've naturally done that. You know,
Yeah.
even if I'm coaching basketball or if I'm teaching or I'm working a random job, I'm still sharing the truth
Yeah.
in different little different, I guess, experiences in life. You know, that can be one little small thing I'm just sharing that I feel like can benefit somebody just from them becoming aware of this truth, you know,
Yeah.
whatever that is. So I can say that I'm aware of what my truth is. You know, me connecting with God on a daily basis, really every second, you know, it always roots to that, you know, sharing the experience as much as possible.
And bro, just being around you, bro, you have a real sense of like teaching, bro. I feel that
Thank you.
that teacher energy, bro. That energy of leadership. That's that Leo. That's that Leo, for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't speak on that, but we double Leos, by the way. Big Leo gang in the building.
Yeah, both of us, man.
2 Leos in the same building.
Vedic astrology too.
Vedic.
Yeah,
Vedic.
it's a great opportunity, bro. Like, I don't believe that I've had the opportunity to be in a space with someone that understands everything that I'm sharing, you know, and to
It's beautiful.
have the ability to build on what I'm saying too, you know.
Yeah.
But I can definitely say that, you know, my purpose has a lot to do with teaching, you know, and our purpose has a lot to do with just sharing their experience alone. And I think it's meant for everybody to share their experience with whoever it is they're coming across, because your experience will spark something else in someone else.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, bro. That's beautiful, man. I feel like you definitely have a lot to bring to the planet, bro. And we need more people like you, bro. And we need more people that are teachers. We need more people that are aware. And it's being 2 black men and being able to have that awareness, and I just see the people around you and how they're affected by just your energy and your awareness and just your conscious mind and way of thinking, bro. It's powerful, and I feel like that ripple effect that you're causing going a long way. And we need more people that's tapping into that, you know, potential.
Everybody has magic within them.
Exactly.
Everybody has that light
Exactly.
within them that is meant for you to
hone in,
like just sharing what you have within you, because there's so much that you have to bring to the table. And just embracing it,
letting your light shine and touch other people, man.
I share.
Also, I want to squeeze this in. We got to squeeze this in, and I'm gonna ask you one more thing, and then we gonna close it out for real.
Okay.
But we have to discuss Vedic astrology real quick. Are we not gonna make this long? I'm gonna try my best not to make this long, because I think we're pushing probably like at an hour and 25 now.
Okay.
But bro, let the world know, bro. How did Vedic astrology impact you? Like, bro, what was the game changer? Because Vedic astrology is a Eastern thing, and it's not really talked about here. It's not really put in the forefront here, because you know, we're, you know, just immersed in that Western way of thinking of astrology. What was the thing with Vedic astrology that stuck out with you, bro? And what made you really feel like this is like, okay, like this is where I want to stay at?
So like, when I started my journey 2020, 2021, I
Yeah.
was major Western astrology, and I was astrology fiend.
Yeah.
Right, like I used astrology to help me give people grace in my life,
Yeah.
literally, and give myself grace for whatever experience that was. Like,
Yeah.
but Vedic started to come over time.
Yeah.
I was not resonating with Vedic for about a year.
Yeah.
People in my reality, I was attracting them. I was attracting these individuals that were people that were studying Vedic astrology, and they would share it with me, and I never like judged them for it. I was always very curious.
Yeah.
My curiosity is the reason why I know the information that I know.
Yeah.
Granted, hey, I really don't know anything. I only know from my own experience.
Exactly.
But my own experience has taught me everything that I need to know, you know, for me to experience whatever I'm experiencing. I can say that I met one basketball coach. I believe this was like the third person that I met that was a Vedic astrologer. I met this coach. I was going to a basketball camp, and I was already aware of this guy. You know, this guy was a spiritual guy. You know, met him in person. I was pretty excited to meet him, and I was obviously asking him questions. You know, I love to pick people's brains. You know, I pick the subconscious, man. I gotta see how you are going about your reality, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to bring up astrology, and he brought up Vedic astrology, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay, well, I'm curious. Like, I'm open to receive. Like, what you got
Yeah.
for me, right? You know. And he was just showing me pretty much how it is. You know, he showed me my Vedic chart. He also broke down certain things for me, which made it easier for me to get into it because, you know, people show me Vedic astrology, but they're not like showing me how my chart, you know, is influencing everything that's happening and the choices that I made. When he was able to like correlate my experiences, really correlate my choices that I made,
Yeah.
I realized that growing up, naturally impulsive in a sensitive way. You know, understanding the moon sign, because the moon sign is the most important sign in Vedic astrology. In Western astrology, they focus on your sun sign.
Yeah.
So the moon sign is your emotions, you know, most of the energy that you're feeling, you know, especially when you think about your body being 75% water. You know, the currents in the ocean, you know, is all influenced by the water.
Speak on it.
So whatever it is that you're feeling inside has a lot to do with the moon.
And the cosmos.
Ashe.
People.
So it has nothing to do with your physical appearance.
Yeah.
Right? Because the ego is like also like a personality thing. But what did I said Western? I said the Western is more about I said sun sign. The sun sign is more like a personality thing.
Yeah.
So the moon sign is obviously something that we have to understand.
Yeah.
When we understand how we go about these choices, you know, being influenced by our moon in the area of it is, whatever house it is, it will make life a lot easier. And you won't judge yourself for the things that you're doing, and you'll be able to give yourself grace and also make better decisions because, hey, we don't resonate with those old experiences anymore. We want to create new experiences. We want to create new realities. So
exactly.
Vedic just, once I was able to tap into that, I was able to practice and understand my chart. And it, once I started to see myself energetically, internally feel and change, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm hooked on Vedic.
Yeah.
Right? Because like once you're able to pinpoint these energies in your body, it makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
Like, because we get in our own way.
Yeah.
Because we don't know ourselves.
Yeah.
But once you know yourself,
yeah,
life is an easy game. It's an easier game, you know?
Yo. That's so crazy because like a lot of people go through life and not truly knowing themselves.
Yeah.
So that's deep.
It's very deep.
Vedic for me is what changed was just I can easily feel things. If things resonate with me, I can switch. You know, I told you the other day, like I can switch if it makes sense.
You gotta make sense.
It has to make sense. And if it makes sense enough, I can open my mind enough to be like, okay, this make more sense than my old belief pattern.
Right.
Let me drop my old belief pattern and move into this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I came across Vedic. His name is, if somebody knows his name, is something with, his first name is Matt, and his last name is with an S. He's on YouTube. He has a whole Vedic decoding video. It's beautiful. I feel like if y'all can find it, it's like Vedic Astrology decoding 101.
You gotta check it out.
I gotta send you that, actually.
I gotta check it out.
We actually got to watch that. But, bro, I was just what I explained to people with Vedic astrology, since I'm a Vedic astrology head, that's my thing is that you have to open your mind, and you have to learn these signs.
You gotta
right?
know signs.
It's so easy to say you're not something if you don't really know what that sign represents.
Yeah, that zodiac.
And a lot of people, I want to get this out. A lot of people, they react in the world of astrology in a way of basing their knowing of a sign based off their experiences.
Right, and that's no bueno.
Right. This is how somebody would be, and they'll say the definition of, just say like a Pisces, right?
Mm-hmm.
They be like, I don't like Pisces because yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
Right. My dad was a Pisces and he did this, da 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 da, right?
Right.
It's not based off of facts. It's based off experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's based off their experience with somebody. So it's like you don't really know the sign.
You don't.
You're just basing the sign, what you know of the sign, off of the experience you had with that said so sign, right?
Right.
So it's like I encourage people to really, if you really like astrology, really understand every sign.
Mm-hmm.
And the more that you understand every sign, you'll be able to understand each and every energy that those signs present.
Mm-hmm.
And even, not even just the signs, but study the moons. Study what the moon means. Study what Mercury mean.
Mm-hmm.
Study what Venus means. Study what your Mars mean.
Mm-hmm.
Saturn, Rahu, K2.
Mm-hmm.
Understand those aspects for you can understand yourself better. Because even with their own sign, they don't really know what their own sign really mean.
Yeah.
They just know how they feel.
Yes, it's deep, bro.
It's deep.
It's very deep, bro, because what you just explained was like, hey, they don't know that they're all 12 zodiacs. They don't know that you have 12 houses in your body that, express something specific, and you got all these zodiacs in these planets in these 12 houses. You're not separate from any zodiac. You're all the zodiacs.
All the zodiacs.
Now you're experiencing a specific zodiac that is triggering something inside of you that is meant for you to understand. Now there is a higher aspect of that sign and there's a lower aspect of that sign. I can say that, throughout most of our experience, we're going to be challenged by whatever, it's just meant for us to distinguish, where is this person energy at?
Yeah.
Are they vibrating low or high? Because if they're vibrating low, they're probably going to give you an experience that's not something that you resonate with, so
exactly.
Like, don't judge a sign based off of experience. Understand that, hey, this person is just not a healed aspect of that zodiac.
Yeah.
Because, like, people have no idea that I'm a Leo. Every time I meet a person, they're like, there's no way you're a Leo.
Exactly. I get the same.
I'm a healed Leo.
Yeah.
Right? So
exactly.
I've humbled my ego. Actually, my ego has shattered probably at least 150 plus times. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just not there, and you're gonna feel probably all 12 zodiacs at one point. The more that you're with me, I'm gonna express these different energies because, especially with the Pisces moon that I have, right? I express myself in a lot of different ways. Like I can go from high to more grounding to more of a watery flow. Like I can just tap into
the fantasy flow.
Yeah, literally.
Pisces love that fantasy world.
Right. So
they can get lost in it.
Literally, bro. So it's not meant for us to think that we're just one sign and that this person is just one sign because of the sun. You got to figure out. It might be important for you to figure out, hey, what's their their K2? What's their Rahu?
What's their Rahu?
Where are these planets at, and what house is it in? What zodiac is it?
Yeah, it's so much deeper deeper details than the surface, because a lot of times people look at astrology too, it's just like it's just all this what they call it, horoscope stuff and all of this, and you know, and they just kind of wave it off. But it's like the more you dive deeper, it's not just surface, it's so many layers to astrology.
It's almost like an infinite amount of layers
in Vedic, bro. And mind you, to the viewers and the listeners who is not familiar with Vedic astrology is from India. It originated in India, and the system is different than Western astrology, right?
Yeah.
It's different dates, and you might have a different sun sign. You might have a different moon sign, because the dates are different, because the Vedic chart was one of the origin charts. And Western astrology was on the same timeline, right? And over time, like I explained, we was talking about the other day, like over eons of time, their timelines start separating, which made the signs be apart. So, you know, your birthday might be different based off the Vedic dates. I mean, not your birthday, but your sign may be different based off the Vedic.
The Western chart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's important to know these things. And also Vedic it depends on where it's very simple. Like Vedic astrology just basically based their predictions and things based off where the planets are actually in the sky. It's no other thing. It's not based off seasons. It's not based off equinoxes. It's just where the cosmos are located at that time. So it will make the predictions more accurate, based because they're basing off just the whole planet, and that's it. There's nothing else added to it. So we suggest y'all to dig into it
for sure,
and have an open mind.
Yeah, I can say that. Be aware that tapping into Vedic astrology has a lot to do with past life energy, karmic energy. So when you are tapping into this chart, you are actually healing karmic cycles within yourself. You are healing past life energies, you know.
No, for real.
It's like this realm, this planet Gaia, this Earth, you know, at being as low
Gaia
as it is in the 3D. You know, and we are definitely rising in frequency to like the 5D and whatnot. But I believe that it's meant for us to use Vedic astrology to heal. Use it to understand yourself. When you know yourself, you're able to create more opportunities for yourself, right? So it's just a practice, man. Just as much as it is, you know, practicing how to draw, to sing, to do music, to be good at a certain sport. Like everything that we're talking about in terms of spirituality, it's a practice. And you have to go into it with an open mind. Yeah, open mind, 1,000%.
It's so hard to when you've based, and this is why I give people that still react and base their life off the Western chart. I give them grace, because it's like you spend your whole life. Not everybody will be able to just drop it like how I did once it started to resonate. You build your whole life around a certain aspect and a certain sign. And when somebody tell you or something tells you that you're not that sign, it's hard to take in. It's hard to really adjust to that, because it's like, so you telling me this whole time I've been this, but I'm this. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be open-minded, and I would say just do the research on it. I'm not going to tell you to just drop everything right now and be a Vedic astrologer like how we are. But we encourage you to look into it, get into it with an open mind, see what you think about it, do the proper research on it, do the proper research on the signs and what it means to be just a follower of Vedic astrology. So,
Ashe. I can say that. We all have to do it, you know, because I was very much into Western astrology, and I still use my Western chart. But when you go into the Vedic chart, it's a lot of healing opportunities that you know, that will come up.
So my last question, and we're going to end off here. what is one thing that you feel like you can leave the people with that can give them some type of just inspiration? What is some words of encouragement that you can leave with the people before we head out?
It's a great question.
That can just stick with the conscious.
Yeah.
The united conscious, we would say.
Yeah, everything that we talked about, I feel like it was a lot, and that it can be almost an overload of information.
Yeah.
The best thing that I can share is to do the best that you can in your journey. Don't take any moment for granted. Take advantage of your time, manage your time, move with intention, because we are all on a healing journey right now. Nobody is separate from doing the inner work. This is not anything outside of us.
Exactly.
Everything is inside of us. Know that your body is a church and is meant for you to honor your temple, honor your body. Be aware of what you're putting inside of your temple. Be aware of and I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about what's going through your portals, which is your eyes, what you're listening to. These are all portals. Be aware of what you are receiving. Be aware of who you're surrounding yourself with. Do the best that you can to be the best version of yourself. And that's the best thing. That's the best thing I can share at this moment.
That's amazing. That's perfect. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, man. I resonated with that. I resonate with that. Mm-hmm. I felt that. I feel like people really will definitely feel that, and I hope that y'all can take that with y'all, because that was powerful. I want to say, do you want to just give your Instagram handles, where they can find you at, social media?
Yeah, for sure. Indigo Supreme. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I believe I'm Coach Indigo Supreme on TikTok. If you find my Instagram, you'll be able to find everything else. I do like to share my experiences on my YouTube. I like to do Vedic charts. I am a coach, a mentor for the youth, for men specifically, and the young men that are coming online to be leaders, right? So if you're interested in connecting, just let me know. Hit me up on the social media. But everything is pretty much Indigo Supreme. So
your YouTube is Coach Indigo, right?
That I do have a Coach Indigo YouTube, but my Indigo Supreme YouTube is specifically for spirituality and everything we talk about in terms of experiences, Vedic astrology and whatnot. I say,
brother.
Thank you for this opportunity, man. I really appreciate it.
Man, no problem. Anytime, man. This is truly an honor, bro, to sit here and talk to you and talk about just life, bro.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Mm-hmm. As you can see it. This is the Walking Towards Light podcast. We all on a journey back into the eternal light. Make sure you love each other. Make sure you be more compassionate. And make sure you love yourself. And we're both wishing that you have an amazing day. Keep being your true self, and don't let nobody block who you truly are. All right.
Peace and love, man.
Working that unconditional love too.
I say.
We talked about that. My boy.
Appreciate you, man.
Indigo Supreme. You heard it.
All right,
and we
man.
out.
All right. Peace.